Hi, I'm Aiman. Welcome back to my tech review videos. In this video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing and first impression of our new Sceptre 22-inch Ultra Slim Pro LED monitor. And actually, we're going to start off right with the unboxing. So, this is the Sceptre E225W 1920 3RT 22-inch ultra thin LED monitor. And we actually had a bit of a hiccup with getting the right monitor, as you might see in a different video, which I'll link in the description down below. But first off, I guess I should show you a spin around of the packaging. I do want to mention that they put tape right over the carrying handle, which is funny. We're going to unpack these tabs, and they put tape over the tabs so I can't pull them out. And the reason that we got this monitor was in order to replace our malfunctioning security monitor that has been on the fritz lately and been showing the menu and all these weird stuff. But we got this as soon as possible so that we could do a lot more videos on the security cameras. And now we have the box open. In order to take it out, we're going to just slide this styrofoam out. So you just reach in and pull it out. There we go. This is the monitor. Well, not yet. I'll actually just take out the styrofoam and then say it's the monitor. So now what we want to do is we just want to take the styrofoam off. Okay. And there we go, our Sceptre 22-inch monitor. Okay, handle it nice and gently. I'm pretty sure that this is the front side of it. When you take it out of its packaging, the packaging is just a simple bag with some tape on it. And as far as looks go, this is pretty nice, pretty sleek. As they do say on the advertising material for this, it definitely is Ultra Slim Pro form factor, because take a look at that. Hold on. Look how thin it is. Anyway, I'm going to put this down on the side while I get the other parts out. I should mention some technical aspects. This costs $85. It currently has 3,358 ratings, and the total rating is actually 4.5 stars. So generally, it's well received. So it comes with an HDMI cable, an AC adapter, the stand, base, and the neck, and like it came with our 32-inch curved gaming monitor, which I did another video on. So go check that out. It also comes with tools. So I'm going to be able to add this to my repertoire of Sceptre tools, because I already have a ton of these. So we're actually going to build the monitor right now. Alright, so while I assemble it, I'm going to be talking a bit more about the monitor. First off, be careful when you're buying this monitor. Of course, we're going to have a link in the description down below. But without the link, if you search up Sceptre 22-inch monitor, you will actually get two results. They actually do have two 22-inch models of an LED monitor. So one of them is $85 and the other one is $100. The right one to get is the $85 version, which is the one that we have here. Now, the $100 one actually does have a few different features, but we'll get into that later. So first, I'm going to assemble them. All right, so according to the instruction manuals, assembly is actually insanely easy. So all you have to do is assemble the neck first. And in order to do that, if you've ever worked with a Nerf gun before, like the barrel at the end comes on the same way as this does. You have to put this on diagonally and then twist it into place. And now you can hear that snap that tells you it's locked in place. I was a bit initially I was a bit concerned about if it would break, because this is entirely plastic construction. But now the next step is to put this on the monitor. In order to do this, we have to put this monitor flat on the table. So we're going to put it on the styrofoam so that it doesn't get scratched, even though there is protection on the front, just in case though. We're going to take our neck and we're going to take some screws and we're going to put them on. By the way, it also comes with these screws that I'm guessing are for wall mounting. Oh yes, it does. Mounting screws. We're going to put these, which actually say neck screw. I really love bags that actually say what they're supposed to do, because arranging IKEA furniture and the like, it's so annoying when you take all the things out of the bag and you can't tell which one goes where. So I don't know if this is going to be long enough, but we'll see. I'm really worried about this. Because I have seen videos that, comments or reviews that say that the neck isn't long enough. Maybe, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to screw it initially, and then if it doesn't go further, I'm going to try to go down further. So, wait. Okay. Maybe if I hang it off. Oh! Okay, so as you can see, what I just did was the neck actually goes further down, and now you're actually able to secure it. So I have some statistics about the monitor here. It has a fast response time of 5 milliseconds. The brightness is 250 candelas per meter squared, and the contrast ratio is 1,000 to 1. Now, I'm not a tech guy, but what I do know is that that's basically the bare minimum threshold for good monitors. So in terms of the features that it offers, it's okay. And now, let's see what it looks like when you stand it up. Huh. Oh, and as you can see, it has the ability to adjust its tilt angle. So, I forgot exactly how much it tilts. It looks like it's about a 15 to 30 degree angle. And this is beneficial for some people who might want to stand and look at the monitor from a higher angle. But for our purposes, we're going to keep it just like we keep this monitor, which is facing directly forward. Anyway, continuing more about the monitor. It accepts HDMI cable, which is why it comes with HDMI, but it also accepts VGA, which I don't see a lot of modern monitors that actually do accept VGA. So this is actually a first for me. So it also comes with audio in and audio out. Now I found this interesting because my 32-inch gaming monitor came with an audio out, but it didn't come with an audio in, which means that you can plug in a microphone to this monitor. Pretty cool, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take off the protector, and I'm just going to do this on camera because I feel a lot of people might find that satisfying. Okay. There we go. There we have our monitor. Now, I mentioned earlier there was a $100 version of the 22-inch monitor, and that has a few differences with this one. Let me talk about those differences right now before we get to actually hooking it up. The first one, the most important one, is the form factor. The $100 one is way wider than the, or deeper, you might say, than this one, because this one, as you can say, is the Ultra Slim Pro series. And because of that width, it actually has a different backside. The main difference is that there's a big block in the center. And instead of having the wire ports come in from the back, directly from the back, it actually has the wires coming in from the side. Now, imagine we have a block here. The power would come from this side, and there would be a port right here. And then there would be the HDMI, the VGA, and the audio on this side. But if you can't visualize it, we should have some overlays of the actual ports on the $100 monitor. Another thing is these. Disgusting. They have buttons on the back of the monitor. This was the main reason that we considered the $100 monitor over the actually we didn't consider it because we didn't see this one, But this is the main reason we wanted to get the $100 monitor, because it had buttons on the bottom. If you don't understand why buttons on the backside are not good, well, if you've ever tried to use a monitor, when you're trying to turn it on, it's kind of annoying to have to find it on the back. The saving grace I can say for this is that they're tactile, which means that you can actually at least feel it. But you also are not going to be able to tell which button corresponds to which if you don't know, if you're on a first-time basis. So basically what I'm saying is that it's probably not good for us to have buttons on the back, but we'll accept it because, you know, it's just a minor quality of life thing. All right, so let's hook it up and see the image quality on this monitor. All right, let's hook it up. Okay, so we have the monitor set up. This is what I was talking about with the problem with the buttons on the back. You never know which one is the right one. You have to feel for it. You might have to look for it to make sure. So, let's turn it on. My first concern is that I've seen some reviews that say that this monitor can arrive dead on arrival. And hopefully when it turns on, we do see that there are no dead pixels. So, pretty good first impressions. Now, let's look at the image quality. My first thought is that it's a bit more washed out. It's a bit more washed out than this LCD monitor. Do you guys see that? Maybe it has to increase the, oh god. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's so hard to see. Okay, so the second button is for select. I don't want that. Okay. So that means the top button must be menu? Okay, there we go. So, picture, standard preset. Okay, we're gonna go off from that. Maybe it's not this one. Maybe it's more color. That's very interesting. Alright, so in my dad's opinion, he thinks that it's actually pretty sharp. Compared to this Element LCD monitor, the image on this is actually pretty clear. However, we both agree that the color definitely leaves a lot to be desired. In my opinion, it looks a bit washed out. But it's a bit hard to tell right now because it's nighttime. So in order to get a better idea of it, we're going to use a computer to test it out. We also need to use the computer to test out the sound capability. But right now it's updating, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we have the computer hooked up. And now, the good thing about this is that you have two HDMI ports, which means that you can hook up more than one thing at the same time. And we're going to switch over to my laptop to see how well the clarity is. Oh no. Oh dear. So my first thought is that comparing the whites and the blacks on this, the black taskbar compared to the taskbar on here, this one's a bit more gray. And also the white here looks a bit more washed out. It also looks a bit blurry too. Maybe it's probably because this one has a smaller aspect ratio and it's upscaling it. But the colors just seem a bit off. So my dad does want to point out that he thinks that the text is actually a bit more clearer on this monitor. And also, to him, it doesn't really look like there's any off-whiteness about it. In fact, it actually helps the viewing experience because it's a bit more brighter than this monitor. Than this laptop. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to do a audio test to see just how well this monitor can, how good this monitor speakers are. So right here I have one of my videos that we pulled up, and this is actually from my review of the 32-inch gaming monitor. So like I said, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But let's see. So I had this actually set up at 75. I don't know what the measurement is. 75 rather than 50 like the default is. So right now, I'm going to.
Alright. So as you can see,
Okay, that might be a bit too quiet.
that is what the image looks like. Let's see if we can get this in 1040p.
Oh.
Okay, so my video is only
Wrong
going
one.
720p. Alright, that's alright.
This is so tricky.
How old is it?
This is why the buttons on the back are like disturbing.
Hold on. I just realized. Let's get this nice shot. So right here, I'm going to peel off this tape.
Okay, so first impressions.
Very satisfying.
It's too quiet. Even like in an office, it'd be really hard to hear this, especially in an office. If you're in an office, there's gonna be tons of people moving around. It's gonna be
You guys ready?
very loud. How are you gonna hear this? Okay, so for our uses, this is okay. It's a security monitor, so we don't need to hear sound as much. But for people who are buying this, thinking that the sound capability is going to be good for them in the office, they actually say, with built-in speakers, the monitor delivers office-level audio. So take with that what you will, but to be honest, we're not satisfied with the audio. One thing I do want to mention about the color is that this one doesn't replicate real life, and we can tell this because on this laptop, you can see that not only our couch it's a bit darker, oranger, and more browner, and also the walls are a bit more orange brownish. But on this monitor, our couch looks light brown, and the walls are like a bit more lighter brown with no hint of orange at all. So actually, you can even see that this monitor doesn't really have a lot of the orange going on. And if I go to back to the security camera, I can actually point out an example. Because this light right here, it's supposed to be orange. But if you look down here, if you might need to look a bit closer, you can see it shows it as white. So but the point I'm trying to drive home here is that it's not replicating real life because it doesn't replicate the oranges as well. Now, I'm a bit colorblind, so I might not be able to recognize this as well, but my dad definitely did notice it. And even comparing the wall and the couch to the one that's on the monitor, I could even see it. Alright, so that was on the default settings, so we tried to tweak with it a bit in order to see if that improved it. So we changed the RGB, increased a bit of the red and the blues to see if it would match up. And it gets closer, but it's just too white. There's too much light in this monitor, and it makes it look way lighter than it should be on this monitor. So it's good enough for a security camera, but I don't know how this is going to be for like gaming, like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. I've seen reviews online that people have used this for gaming, and according to them, it's good enough for them. So I'm just gonna go based off Amazon reviews and comments that this monitor is satisfactory enough for gaming. And if it's satisfactory enough for gaming, then it's definitely satisfactory enough for our security cameras. Come on. Alright. So a few other things about this monitor. I forgot to mention it has a 75 Hz refresh rate. I do say a lot of the statistics about the monitor in this video. I'm not a technician myself, so if you want to find out more about things like brightness and contrast ratio, you should look it up. And I'm sure there's tons of videos on the internet that might help you understand the good qualities of a monitor. Especially if you're someone who is searching for a good monitor to buy, because I'm guessing a lot of people are clicking on this expecting this to be sort of a recommendation. And talking about recommendations, like I said, this monitor has over 3,000 ratings. And typically, the amount of people who rate a product on Amazon is usually about 10%. So based off that generalization, we can assume that around 30,000 people have bought this, upwards of 30,000 people have bought this monitor. Furthermore, the other version of this monitor, the $100 version, has 1,600 reviews, which means at least 16,000 people bought that. And in the end, it ended up with a 4.5 star rating, which is pretty impressive. And personally, I'm not satisfied with the color of this monitor, though I am colorblind, so that might be a factor in it. But my dad is satisfied with it, and about 3,000 people on Amazon are also satisfied with it. So, I'm Aiman, and that was our review of, not a review, but unboxing and first impression of the Sceptre 22-inch LED Ultra Slim Pro Series monitor. Our next video is basically going to be about assessing its value as a surveillance monitor. And in that video, we're going to be talking more about our HiCu kit of cameras. So go check that out, and also check out my videos on the surveillance camera systems, because those are pretty cool. And I'll see you there. But for now, I'm Aiman. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and videos on EyeOnAiman, and I'll see you there. But for now, signing out. Peace.